2 as the Ducks were trounced last night by Utah down the road at the Honda Center. And then Chicago in that logjam of the Central. They're right now in 5th in the division, a point back of Utah and 7 behind Minnesota, the surging Wild, who are 3rd in the Central. Held in by Chicago, swept down low by Teravainen. And our starting lineups brought to you by American Express and the unorthodox, but it's been the regular for Jeff Blashill this season, going with 11 forwards and 7D. The standard 12-6 for Jim Hiller and LA. From the boards, a shot and a save. Now the Blackhawks look to move out. Bertuzzi can't control it along the wall. Centering pass and a shot saved by Knight. Here's Anderson. One-timer and a glove save by Knight. Hangs on his Fiala. Up high for LA. Pressure. Loose in the circle. And coming out of the zone, here is Andre Burakovsky. Sends it wide. Ryan Green. And a save. Kemper couldn't find it initially, then found it. And the Kings jump on it, and they move out of the zone. Here is LaFerriere. Plays it back toward his netminder and steered over by Kemper. Pass intercepted. Centering pass on a backhand, missing high and wide. And it's Donato, a good chance inside for Chicago. Centering pass, glove down, shot, saved by Kemper, rebound, and Kemper jumps on it, and a face-off in the LA zone.
To the bench here now. I think he took a stick up high, but he gives away the puck here. You can see him trying to adjust his visor in front, but that giveaway just leads to all kinds of chances for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Cycles it down low for Perry behind the net. Trying to post up against Mikheyev.
Games later, maybe he'll go down. No, he's stayed up and played every game since. It brings a ton of speed and energy to this group.
Saved by Kemper off a drive from Sam Rinzel. The young defenseman. Now here comes Armia for LA. Plays it off for Byfield. The trailer, here is Edmondson. Top of the circle, throws it to the net, and a kick saved by Knight. The point for Kaiser. Swings it across to Murphy. Back at the line to Murphy. Shot, glove save, hanging on is Kemper. And jammed out of the zone by Moore. Here is Donato lifting it. Across the line, Doc. Top of the circle. Trying to cut in, and a kick saved by Kemper. Here is Warren Fogle back in lineup for LA with a turnover. Doc, top of the circle. Shot, and a blocker saved by Kemper. And a good stick by Philip Deneau, but LA gives it right back. Played back to the point. Shot, and Kemper swallows it up and holds on. Turcotte leads it. Deneau. Can't handle the puck, poked away. As Rinzel, a good stick, and it's tipped on net and steered aside by Knight. Shot, penalty coming up, and the Kings will be the benefactors. Centering pass and swing and a miss by Perry. Here is Dumoulin at the point for LA. Back skates it to the blue line. Moving in, Brian Dumoulin. Shot from the angle. Perry tries to jam it in backdoor, and that goes off the back glass after a save by Knight. Extra power play time. Deneau to the blue line to Kopitar. Here is Deneau. Extra attacker on for LA. Exchanging up top, Dumoulin. Here is Deneau along the half wall. Centers for Perry. Drags it back out. Off for Dumoulin on the wing. Dumoulin peels away from Bertuzzi. Here is Perry. Tees it up. And a save by Knight. Here's Fiala held up with the blue line and poked out of the zone by Crevier for Chicago. Short-handed Dickinson for the Blackhawks. Shot and a save and squeezing it. And Kemper hangs on for a face-off in the King zone.
Nashville with a big win over Calgary. How about Calgary in the first period against Minnesota tonight? 3 high sticking penalties. One of them ended up being a double minor.
Pass in front and a backhand. And a save by Knight who covers. Top of the circle. And that one never got through from Vlasic, who gets it back. Plays it behind the net. Here is Bedard down low, centering, and a save by Kemper. Brilliant chance for the Blackhawks, and even better save by Darcy Kemper to keep it a scoreless game.
And that's been him all year, every single game. How many one-goal games have the Kings played in?
Perry shot, saved by Knight. Across the LA line, centers, Leshnoff bumps it over to the corner as Burakovsky and him were not on the same page. Here is Green to the blue line, shot through traffic, blocker saved Kemper. Here comes Byfield, stick handling through traffic. At the blue line, walking in Clark, shot saved by Knight with the blocker. Nobody picked up the guy with the puck there for Chicago. Here's LaFerriere. Steers it across. Clark had it poked away by Vlasic. Inside 2.5 to go in this first period in LA. In 15 seconds, Bedard will come out, and the Blackhawks will have an abbreviated power play as Levshov missing high and wide off the back glass.
Chances that they created there. Hey, listen, the story is still this for the Kings. They need to find a way to bury their chances. They had a few of them in the first period. They need to start getting some confidence.
Banked ahead. Perry plays it back to his own end. The turnover. Nazar cuts in, and he misses wide of the net. Boy, what a golden chance off a turnover for Nazar and the Blackhawks. Nazar just put it wide. Blockered aside by Knight. Delays, pressured by Donato, turns the puck over. Dickinson cuts in for the Blackhawks. Shot hit the post. Loose puck, and then gloved and held onto by Kemper. Boy, that was a drive that hit the post and a lucky bounce.
Kemper, a little tap to his defenseman, Cody Ceci. There you see the pressure of Donato on Brian Dumoulin, forces the turnover. Look at this windup of Jason Dickinson. The gap is a little too far for Ceci to step up and make a better play on this. You know what he does? He just steps to the side a little bit.
That has metastasized to his liver. Since then has undergone radiation, chemo, multiple surgeries, and he was here dropping the puck for a great moment out on the Blackhawks. Put the puck in the net and stumbling over Kemper and putting it in is Bedard, and it's 1-0 on the power play goal for Chicago.
But they go to work here right away on the power play. You know, something the Kings could take a page out of this book, some down-low play on the power play. And watch Bedard just sneaks in from that bumper position with perfect timing, gets his stick open.
Another great chance for LA and a golden opportunity. And Deneau just couldn't put it home. Centering pass, fanning on the one-timer. Nazar, score! Wyatt Kaiser!
There's no goal, and then it goes the other way. The clock is winding down. You think it's going to be able to get it out of your zone. Nope, it's a turnover by Dumoulin, and what happens? It ends up in the back of your net. And the defense for the Chicago Blackhawks have been activated. And again, Connor Bedard, a big part of the Blackhawks' success here this evening.
And they've been strong when leading after two. The numbers 6-1-1. For Chicago has been an outstanding third-period team all season. The problem for Jim Hiller in LA, Cass, they are so structured and regimented the way they play. They're down 2-0 to a team with so much speed as hitting the post with Fiala from the circle.
When you do a nice job, you get the puck in, you win the opening face-off, you set the tone, dump it in, and then you get to work. And they get to work, and they're able to get a great scoring chance. You've got two guys in, physical, Armia, Byfield's physical, and boom, it's off the post. And those are the bounces that the LA Kings just aren't getting at this point, but you've got to stick with that process.
Loose puck in the slot. Clark has it knocked away. Here come the Blackhawks racing up ice. Donato walks in, missed the net with a shot. Here comes Bedard for Chicago. Tries to dangle it through Moore, who takes the puck away. Pass too far in front of Fogle. Fogle wins the race to the puck. Fogle on a backhand. Moore! Score!
Rinzel in front, and there's a turnover in the neutral zone by Bedard. A nice gap and back pressure from the LA Kings, and then Fogle gets to work, and he just out-muscles Vlasic, which we haven't seen happen all night. He's been excellent. Finds that puck and finds Trevor Moore, and watch it go off the shin pads right there, Rinzel, and it goes right to
the Blackhawks have lost each of their last 5 one-goal games, leading by a goal late in the third. Fiala goes wide. Top angle shot. Saved by Knight again. Point blank. Spencer Knight.
Yeah, and after Spencer Knight makes the first save, it's almost like he loses sight of the puck a little bit. Takes this bad angle shot from Fiala that was a little tricky to handle, and it goes right out to the slot. It doesn't even have enough.
Perry can't get a handle on it. Now Crevier takes it over the corner. Tries to tie it up along the wall. Kings trying to poke it free. And Chicago is able to chew out the clock and hang on for a 2-1 win.